So, if you're joining us later on YouTube, we just did the 9 Magic Breaths by Tara Brach, and you can get that on YouTube. It's a very nice video, and you just join in with what she says. And we just did the 9 Magic Breaths, and we're all feeling quite chilled out. So I'm going to continue with that, babe, and have some water first, because it's still quite hot. Standing. So Tara Brach, B-R-A-C-H, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it. She's an American meditation teacher and counsellor. She's a counsellor. She's very good. Yeah, we're just having some water. We'll be stopping periodically for some water breaks. So when you can either stay seated or you can stand up and move the chairs back. So what we're going to be doing today is looking at movements from the form, as we've got a 4-week run, and then on the end of the month, I'm not teaching because, well, I will be teaching. I'll be teaching movement in Tai Chi based movement in Scotland. So I'm getting paid for it. So it's like, oh, quite an opportunity. Just so you can see the movement we'll be looking at, it's inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. And we're going to be looking at that for maybe a couple of weeks. And it's at the end of step back and repulse the monkey. It's the sequence of movements that happens on both sides. So what happens, I'll just show you so you can see what we're aiming for. So we've just done the end of step back and repulse the monkey. And then we go into this movement. Okay, let me get into this shot like this. Then we draw back, and then we inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, walk off, double-handed push, and then we do it the other side. So you turn. So there's a turny bit. Turny bit's quite tricky, but it's okay. Weeks. We're not in a hurry. You know, even if we get to the end of the 4 weeks and we haven't got it, that's okay. It's not about. And then it goes into single whip. So I'll show you the full version. So this is the standing on one leg version. There is so that we're looking at that little sort of dot thing, because it's quite tricky and it's good to just do it lots and lots and lots. But before that, let's just make sure. So just stand up and feel the ground under the feet. We're just gonna feel the head float up, feel the weight sink down. That's such nice music. So I'm not putting the music on for the people that are listening online, because it's copyright at that. But for us, you know, they should be here really. I'll just let it go. Let's just you know. Right. So we're just releasing here, releasing the muscles. We're breathing in and out. So the knees are in line with the toes. Yeah, I've just had to take the sandals off. My feet are too hot, so I get very hot feet because I've got good because of the Tai Chi. It's improved my circulation. So we're just breathing in and out, and just feel the whole. When we were doing Tara Brach's exercise, we're filling the whole of the lungs, and then breathing out. So as you breathe in, what you want to do is you want to sink the shoulders. So as you breathe in, and soften around here, soften in the chest, breathe out. Breathe in. Nice and tall. Release in the lower back, so round the hip, release. Actually, if you just place your hands there and imagine those muscles are just releasing that. Just letting it go. Oh, and I've had some great news. I finally got the confirmation from Kingfisher's Bridge Nature Reserve. So Friday, the 10th of July, Tai Chi and Nature Day. At the moment, they can't do any concessions, but you can get an early booking discount of 10%. And just turn the waist to let the arms move. So we're just doing this. So it's 45 quid for the day. In the old days, when it was me in charge of the money, there was a concessions rate as well, which would have been 10 or less. But they can't really do that because of their system. Something I couldn't understand the explanation, so that sounded suitably convincing to me. But there is a members discount if you're a member of Kingfishers Bridge, and also an early booking discount. And I thought, well, that's sort of like a concession. And then they said, yes, people can just do it online and book online. And then I thought, that's not going to work for people that can't work computers. So I will be taking bookings and taking the money, and I'll put it in the box, and I will make sure I've written everything down, and then I will physically book the people in myself and pass the money myself. So it just means, because I said, what happens to people that aren't computer literate? I don't want them left out. And they said, oh, in that case, get the money off them, put it in your bank account, and then pay us. And I'm like, okay, by booking. And it just assuming I know how to work their computer system. So we'll find out. Or I said, worst case scenario, I will turn up with a big envelope full of cash and say, there's the numbers. Here's who's coming. I'm really sorry, I couldn't work your computers either. So, you know, I've thought of all possibilities, all permutations.
Well done.
You know, and so, and they're limiting the total numbers to 35. We might get a lot of people coming, so do book. What I'll be doing is I will be taking bookings from next week. So it's Friday, the 10th of July, 10:30 till 4:30. It includes one free hot or cold drink of your choice and cake.
Yes.
And you get free parking. Because normally they charge a £5. So I think what they've actually done is they've added a £5 to the total, so you're not actually getting free parking. Just between you and me.
You just don't realise it.
But there's cake. So their cakes are amazing. So, you know, and it is basically it's a fundraiser for all the animals and plants, things, birds that live there. So and it will involve so there'll be a tea break in the morning, and then in amongst the tea break we do Tai Chi. And then we have lunch. And then you can either go for a nice walk of no more than an hour, I said, with one of the wardens who will tell you what all the things are. Or you can do advanced Tai Chi with me, but I won't make it too complicated. But if you don't want to go for a walk, you've got the choice of either doing more Tai Chi or having an extra long lunch break. And
Saying hello to the waterfall.
yeah, or you could just go for a little walk of your own, you know, it's a kind of, and then we'll do a final hour of Tai Chi after the second tea break. Would be great. Okay, and then we just go, like, is it the knees? Oh dear, oh yeah, it's the hot weather. Yeah, you'll have to work that. There's Amy. Hello.
Hello, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Any jokes?
No, don't encourage her. No jokes. We're focusing. Yeah. Yeah. Do it. Sit down. Do it sitting down if you need to.
Why didn't we talk to across the road? We
I
don't know. He's going for us.
Don't start. No. Okay, and then we go around the other way.
Sorry, that was a terrible one.
It was a very good, terrible joke. So we're just doing some. So we started with the 9 magic breaths, And then we're doing a warm up and then we're doing some Qigong and you can do it sitting down or standing up. It's all good. Okay. And then what we're going to do is going to come up and over, back and down. So we did so many weights this morning.
We did.
I don't really want to do weights today. And also because he's not there, he can't whinge at us for not using his weight. I think we'll do it. We'll just do that 10. I think so.
Yeah, because Mary said her arms were in.
Yeah, my arms are aching. It's like, so we're doing weights. Yeah, these muscles, yeah, it's awful. They really, we went a bit, because Mr. Motivator taught me some new weight moves. I went a bit overkill this morning and our arms all nearly exploded. So those of you that have stayed for the Mr. Motivator bit after, we won't be doing that.
Just ignore his way.
We'll ignore the weights and we'll do our own version without the weights because he's not there and we are. You know, that's what I'm just saying. Oh, okay. Standing cat cow. So just like this, just breathing in. And on Sunday, I'm spending a few hours with Eli from Wales, and he's doing a Tai Chi and self-defense sort of martial arts type thing. And I said, will it be okay for someone who's not that good at any of that? Is it okay for people who aren't very good at all that stuff? Who might be a bit older than most of your students? Oh yeah, he said, you'll be fine. So we'll find out on Monday if that is actually the case. He's kind of like a cross between a Tai Chi instructor and Mr. Motivator, in that he keeps making you do all these horrible exercises that are good for you. And that's it. And one more time. Beautiful. Nice and relaxed. Let's go back to this again, just to sort of feel that the back is releasing.
The doctor had to spoil me in my don't worry, I've got proof of that.
Oh,
Then I told you don't start it.
I know. Well, I don't really need to. So now try moving the weight across, the weight across, weight across. So, and I did the final thing from Jaya last Tuesday. It was wonderful. There wasn't that many people because it was very hot. I was in that there, 36-degree heat. But I was still there. It was very, very good. We moved very slowly. And we were looking into the stillness aspects of the Tai Chi. So looking into stillness. So like this. Okay, and then we're just going to swing. Oh, not too hard. So you stand up straight. There's a slight angle. You can do it straight. Actually, there's 3 angles. That's a good question. You can do it straight. You can do monkey pose. And you can also do it from turtle. I think I'll stick with monkey. So monkey is like that, and then do it up straight. There you go. Okay, 4, 3, 2. Very nice. 1. I like this one a lot. So I had a very nice chat with Emma, my teacher, who lives in Reading, and her husband Pharrell, who's got advanced dementia, is still teaching, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. So he's teaching. He's doing it his own way, but he's teaching a slow movement class that he teaches to a small number of private students every week. And I'm like, yes. So it's wonderful. So the next one. So I was very reassuring to know, actually. So this one is one I learned from my friend who I practiced Tai Chi with, Michael, who had to have an operation fixed. So I've not seen him for a while. He was in Malaysia and he spends half of the year living in Malaysia. So I only see him a few months. We're going to be training together probably the next few weeks. This is one of his that he learnt in Malaysia. And you go like this, you turn, so don't join in here, just walk. And then you tap between your ear there, and you also tap under the arm, because the under there, that's your heart meridian, the heart meridian that goes under the arm, and then you'd have to look it up, but it's for heart health. So I'll just show you. So it's very soft, 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 soft. And release, 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 release. And then you turn soft, 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 soft. It's like that. Ah. So it comes between the shoulder blades. It's tapping under the arm, but not too hard. I mean, you just sort of, and then you just let it fall down and release. So this is very soft and light, and you can do it in a chair. Just when you're tapping, you just got to be able to kind of reach there. Then you go down, and then I'll do it standing up. So we'll just try it like this. Down, release, 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 release. And we wait and breathe and lengthen. So the head's floating, the weight's sinking down, and we're not in a hurry. We are the opposite of a hurry, which is very unusual these days, to not be in a hurry at all. And then we just very slowly be turning, raise, 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 soft arm, soft arm, soft arm. And we get to the right spot and go back. Please. So we'll just do it one more inside. Okay, and then just circle the shoulders. 1, 2, 3. So we were looking a lot at like quietness last Tuesday, the giant. 5. Just feeling this inner stillness, like when we were practicing with the 9 magic breaths from Tara Brach. There we go. Let's do 2 more. And then we wait and check posture. So with this part, you want to soften and release around the chest rather than sticking the chest out, but it's also not sort of, and then we go round the other direction. 1. So if you can remember what that is, if not, it doesn't matter. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. And have a bit of a bounce. Big breath in and then. So this is one of the top gyres. We did the bounce. We did a big breath in, and then we went. Yeah, like breathing, and then it's quite good that like you, but it's quite nice. It was from I'm not sure who she learned it off. There, and then now the other shoulder. That's it. Although she called it shaking and she bounced, because I knew bounce is that and shake is that, but I thought no, I'll just go with it. And yeah, because when I did bounce and shake with Emma, she was insistent on this is bounce up and down, and shake is the shaky breath. That makes sense to me. It just seemed a bit. Nobody likes a smart ass, do they?
Well, that's not shaking, that's bouncing.
No, and then we're going the other direction. That's it. And just imagine the muscles around the shoulders there just like melting. Melting. Oh. Okay. Then just let the arms, imagine the arms are just lengthening, so we just do that. Just do that, just stroking down the arm, and the muscles are relaxing and releasing, and imagine the arms are getting slightly longer. So be careful when you're drinking tea later, that because your arms are long. No, I did that actually, we were doing something, and yeah, do this one, the forward and back. So the arm, and you're really releasing in that shoulder joint, and you're sort of releasing the lower back. Because I spent a long time training with the scoobas, Corella Never, we were doing very, very relaxed, very light arms, and then it got to the first tea break, and then my arm was so relaxed when I lifted my arm up to drink tea, it went, my arm. Watch out, yeah. I mean, it felt really good, but I just wasn't used to my arm being that. Normally you get feedback because you're a bit, you've been watching the news too much. And then we were there, and then I wasn't watching the news at all, and it was all very, just relax the arms, relax down. And then I went, what? Oh, my arms doesn't work. Yes. So watch out for that, practicing at home. And then there was one time I was practicing this exercise, the loosening exercise. Let's go back to that. And I wasn't paying attention, and I was there. I had a cup of tea on this nice table, and then I went boink, and then the tea flew off. I'm like, so you've got to be careful. But when so that's where discernment, paying attention to how you're moving, rather than just doing the movement and switching off, then knocking. That was a very useful lesson. Tai Chi tea flying,
It's just, cross a giraffe with a hedgehog,
I don't know.
a 6-foot toothbrush. Don't encourage.
Oh my. Okay. So let's just kick, just tiny kicks. That's it. So keep the leg low. Keep the leg low. You can, if you're feeling enthusiastic, you can keep it higher if you want, but let's not. And then go across like you're the chorus line. That's it. But be upright and look forward. So feel through the feet and look forward. And then out this way. Well, watch out and be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then let's do the 1, 2. So I did this in the garden. I was cat sitting in that posh house again. It's terrible. I was in a different marble bathroom each day. Awful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw in and stop. This is Master Z Dogs. 2, 3, 4. Now he does this much slower, but yeah, you're not quite getting it, are you? That's a very interesting variation. So you might want to hedge your bets by grabbing hold of the chair for balance when you're doing this. That might be easier. So you draw the foot in, toes down, toes forward, release the foot. So you're just letting the foot fall down. So you want to release, like we're doing this kind of stuff. This kind of, very, very, but we're doing the bit. So it comes in, point toe down, point toe forward, let go of the foot. There you go. And then you have this in the middle, 3, 4, in. And you don't have to lift as high as me. 2, 3. You can just do it like this. You can do it there. So you can do it from lower down. I'm doing it big so you can see what's happening. So what you want to do is try and keep your weight in the middle. So I'll go like this, and I'm here, I'm in this foot, and then when I put the foot down, it's just the foot falling down. I'm not moving my weight, so my weight goes back in the middle. It's quite tricky to get. I mean, I've only been doing this move maybe a couple of years. I'm still trying to fathom it. And it's good for your ankles, and it's good for your kidney meridian. So it stimulates your kidney meridian, and it's also very good for dispelling anger. So there we are. So this is what, it's a very serene way of having a temper tantrum. You can, instead of having a, you can go. Much more satisfying, you know. And we'll just do one more. We'll just do one more. So, Master Z Dong says you're supposed to do. That's not bad. That's getting better. So what happens is we practice it. Maybe not on a hard floor. This floor's not too bad actually. It's got the soft bits in, but maybe on the lawn. And I did it on their lawn, and it was a little bit because of the dry weather. That was better than doing it. Don't do it on hard surface. Do it on like a carpet, or possibly with soft grass. So ideally soft grass, a little bit muddy, but then you need your shoes on. And then what you want to do is when you're doing this, is it has to sound like a dull thud, and then you feel like a vibration. Because when I did it in my friend Other Farah's house, I said, "Oh, I'm learning. Oh, how's your Tai Chi going?" I said, "Oh, I've learned this new exercise. It's supposed to be good for dispelling anger," because she was having issues with the boss. And I said, "Look, it does this. Go like that, and then you go like that." And then her table shook, and I'm like, "Oh." So you can, yeah. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 2 more. So just. And then we just. And this bit he normally does much slower. The bit in the middle, he kind of does it really slow. We'll just do this bit. We won't do the stomping. We'll just do the middle bit. And it feels very. So you're kind of doing this one. It's like doing this one, but it goes across a bit more, and it's very gentle. And one's going back, and one's going forward. And you want to be very, very soft. So like someone's almost like you've got a weight on your arm or someone's pulling on your arms a bit. So, but it swings, it's sweet. It's a slow swing. Think of it as a slow swing. Yeah, like that kind of thing. Like that, but more subdued. So you do it big, do it too big and exaggerate it. And then you kind of rein it in a bit. That's it. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lovely, and actually I feel better having stomped my foot a bit. Yes, actually, like that. Was that, who was it? Was it the butterfly that stamped? Who was that? It was like the bee that cried or something, or the butterfly that stamped. There was an author, a children's author. Oh, no, I can't remember. The butterfly that stamped, was it just those? Just those stories. Was it Kipling? It might have been Kipling. Yeah, something like that. He did a whole load of these stories about animals and how the bee got its sting, and how the butterfly that stamps, and then I can't remember how the elephant got its trunk. Yeah, I thought they were fabulous, those stories. They're almost like repetitions of much older tales from you're getting into the archetype.
I think Stephen Fry recorded it.
Oh, he's got an amazing speaking voice. Stephen Fry. I will check that out.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it was, I think I vaguely remember, but was he on the TV tapes? Or was it on the radio? Radio, it might have been Radio 4.
Probably was.
Something like this. I remember it, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
So just let your weight different side to side. Okay, let's do, oh, yeah. Let's do this one. That clock's too fast actually, so it's actually. What?
Waterton.
Yeah, we've got a little bit. Oh, so we're doing chilled out today, it's nice, much better than the. So we're just doing things that are familiar and then we'll have a look at that bit. But we won't do the turn today, we're just gonna do it on one side and then we'll do it on the other. A lot of times. One thing I was very particularly impressed with Jaya was the number of repetitions. She was doing it over and over and over and over again. More than I was starting to not feel comfortable with it because it was just going on. And then I thought, oh, I know, I'm practicing patience. And I breathed in and out. And then I was like, oh, actually, no, I can do this all times now. I've got over myself. It's good. And it was great. Really, really wonderful. So we're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry to move on. Just doing this. So see what you notice. See what you notice. That's it.
Is that like round over and embarrassed? Look at me.
That's right. And then, so like that underneath, then it comes up. And imagine a ball, and then you're just going around the surface of the ball. Now releasing these shoulders, and then sinking the hips. And then what I do is I breathe in, rotate, and then up. Eventually this all happens together. Breathe out, rotate, come down. Yeah, much better, much smoother. One more time. And then watching out for your friends on this one. Wild goose flies. So last Wednesday, Mike was adamant that he starts from here. So that's what we'll do. So we just go up to here and then we go down. So this is the wild goose. So it's smaller than the crane, which has much bigger wing action. So he was quite, no, you're all doing the crane. This is a goose. I'm a bird watcher. So there we are. So this is fresh from last Wednesday. There we go. So just so you can see the difference between the goose and we'll do, okay, one more goose flap. There we go. And now we'll do the crane, which is actually fun between you. So it's like this, and then it goes all the way up. Whoa, and then it goes down. Oh, look at that. Now, I think I prefer that.
Yeah.
Because it's more of a bigger range. You can have a baby crane, yeah, because you've got your crane got a bit of wing damage in it. So you just have to adapt it to how you personally work. And if you're doing something that looks different, well, fine. It's all good. You do get birds in nature that have got, that are managing with a different ability. So it's all good. So you could do like a baby crane. You could kind of go like this and then just go up to there. Do that. That will still work. Or you can do the full. Oh, there we go. So I like the crane. I just think it feels like I've got more space. But I do like the goose is more focused. So it's like, it's got a real.
I feel like it's like flying.
This feels more like flying.
Yeah.
Whereas this is more like there's a bloke on YouTube. There's a bloke on YouTube who does these very, very funny videos. He watches male bird display things, and then he does an impression of them to his girlfriend. And so you'll get a bird that's kind of doing like that, and then he's doing like that in front of his girlfriend, making all the noises. And then there's a picture of her facial expressions with her silly, like it's hilarious. But so there are differences in how birds do.
And she's still his girlfriend.
Well, it looks like the same one. That tolerates it because it's good comedy and it's good visual comedy when he's sort of doing the. We'll have another water break and then I'll look at this. We'll look at this bit. So We'll just do it one side, yeah, so if you just watch and then mirror me. So it goes heel toe, then you transfer the weight and inspect the horse's mouth, so your fingers are on the crease of the wrist and you're opening the hand. You're sort of opening the hands that way and opening the hand. So imagine the hand space is getting bigger. And then I'll just get back into shot. So I'm in a good back stance, and then I'll inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, turn. So when you turn there, your Laogong point is at your lung 1 point, which is this point here on the lung meridian, which does that, and it zigzags a bit. Look at the picture of the lung meridian, and then that goes to the back corner, and I'm sinking into that leg. Then I turn to the front, and I'm almost touching the wrist. So you touch and then take it away a bit, and then you do ward off, and then you do double-handed push. So that's what we're going to do. Do it down, stand up. So I'm going to put my right foot forward. If you're mirroring me, put your left foot forward. So left foot forward, transfer the weight, inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Sink back. This. Double-handed push. So make sure you've got a nice, and you can sit, so start in cat stance. So right hand on top, left hand underneath. Now step out, heel, toe. Heel, toe, weight in the back foot. Weight in the front foot, turn the waist, inspect the horse's mouth. Turn a bit more, turn the hands opposite to each other. Roll back. Turn a bit more. So, yeah, if you mirror me, and or you can do the same, or if you turn around and face this way so you can see what's going on. So, and then ward off. Sink back. Double-handed push. So I'm using my right foot forward. If you face me, then you'll be able to see what's going on. So like this. There you go. That's it. So put your left foot cat stance. Left foot cat stance. Right hand on top. Left hand underneath. Step with your left foot. Heel toe. Sink forwards. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. That's it. So you're that way, that's it. Turn. Now sink forward. Ward off. Open. Double-handed push. And then once more together. And then we'll watch again. Step. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Double-handed push. And have a little. Okay, just have a watch again. So I'll do it facing this way. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Done. Yeah, so the important thing is it's this exercise, but we'll have a look at it. That, and then also that. So you sink back, then you sink forward. So it's that exercise as well. Sometimes. So that's the forward and back thing. So that's quite good. Try it with the other foot forward, full fun. So we're now, so demonstration observe first, then we'll join in together after I've demonstrated. So it's the same thing but on the other side. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double hand push. So we're trying it with the other foot forward. So I'm using my left foot, you use your right foot because you're mirroring me. And then what I'll do is I'll try turning round and facing, so then we're all in the same way. It's just otherwise, if I'm facing away, you can't see my arms, so that's why we're mirroring, but it messes with your brain already.
Yeah.
Personally, I find mirroring almost very, very tricky, but that's all right. We don't mind because we're Tai Chi practitioners and we like tricky things. So so if you maybe face this way a bit more, if you go that way a bit and then face me, that might make it a bit easier to follow. Yeah. That's better, yeah. So you like this first. And then you step with your right foot, heel, then the toe. Transfer the weight, turn the waist, inspect the horse's mouth, like that. So front hand, palm up, back hand, palm down. So actually face this way. So I'll get away from your blocking Amy.
Better door than window.
So you want to look directly be that way, facing that wall. That's it. Yeah. That's better, yeah. It's just getting the angles and the directions. It's quite tricky, isn't it? Very tricky. Now, have I got the correct foot forward? Is it that foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well remembered. Step, transfer, inspect the horse's mouth. That's it. Yeah, that's much better. So the front hand is in front of the back hand. So the front hand is in front of the back hand, the rear hand, rear leg, rear hand behind, front hand forward. Yeah, very good. Rotate. Now this is the front hand is now palm down and the back hand is palm up. You sink your weight back, draw the hands into the tummy, turn to the front corner, your back hand points to the back corner. Your front hand is covering that lung point and you're sinking this down. That's it. Now turn to the front, now sink into the front foot. Now open the arms, now sink into the back foot, palm up, that's it. Drop the palms down, push forward, double-handed push. And then you hold the ball, sink into the back foot, draw the front foot in. And you step, heel, toe. Your weight is back. Try again. So this time when you step your foot, keep your weight in the standing leg. Weight in the standing leg. Heel, toe. Now you transfer the weight forward. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Toe. Sink forwards, ward off. Open the hands, sink back. Sink forwards, double-handed push. Much better. And then once more with feeling. Like this. And then I'll turn round and I'll face the same way. Step. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Double-handed push. Right. Okay, have a little shake out. Right, so you've just had your right foot forward?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Excellent. Okay, now go into left cat stance and hold the ball. I am now facing in the same direction. This should hopefully be a bit easier because now you assume that you know what hands are doing what. So right hand on top, left hand underneath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, step. Breathe out, inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Turn. Ward on. Sink back. Sink forward. Double-handed push. Okay, now go back. Now put the other foot forward. Oh, we're swapping now. Now step. Right foot. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Oh, 6 o'clock. Ward off. And double-handed push. Nice. Okay, then just check that. I don't want to push that. That was pretty good. That's getting better. So we will be doing that again next week and the week after. And getting comfy with it. And then we're looking at the forming bits. And then we'll be putting all the pieces together eventually. But let's get comfy so we've got bits that we recognise as we go through the form. And we're not in a hurry. Okay, let's go back to this. That's very good. Then we'll have to stop soon because we've got to put the room back to. So actually, if I move the lion's share of those chairs, what would be good is those chairs that are facing that way and that way, they came round a bit more.
Okay.
And then those two chairs that were facing this way were over there. Yeah. Excellent. So I made a bit of a system because I thought, how am I going to remember? I know. And that seemed to work. And then those two chairs at the back there came round a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've got to phone up Katie tomorrow and say, when am I in again? I forgot. Because she changed it and now I'm really confused. I just want to make sure I've written the name, what date down right. So nice and tall, again, nice and tall through the parent head. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. It's better with the fans on, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'd have exploded, wouldn't we, if we or it's something. It's nice and cool. Yeah, we were being mindful and kind to ourselves yesterday. So we went and got ourselves, they were doing a special offer on this gelato stuff. But we had it with fruit. So there we are. And we didn't eat all of it, we only had half.
So you convince yourself that you're something. It was often.
And then I got a phone call from six. Do you think you might mind if I have a mouthful of the gelato? I said, what, without me? Okay, one mouthful, but leave some for me. So back in London tomorrow. Then rub the hands together.
I remember being very poor in the restaurant, but there was a chocolate next, everything was chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah, and I had chocolate, that was that sort of thing. And it was healthy, so I know. Oh,
yeah, healthy fun. Yeah, rub the hands together. And then just, oh, nice. That's better, isn't it? And then embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. So yeah, I mean, everybody does it different, and don't worry if you're doing variations. So do take into account that our bodies work. So what might work for me might not work for you. You might have to do something else.
Yeah.
You know, and that's perfectly fine. The important thing is you're being relaxed and you're aware of how you're moving, what you're moving, and why. And that's usually good enough. Okay.
It's not coordination.
Yeah, it's very good for coordination. And then we're just standing for a bit, breathing. Oh, let's just check, do this, see if that feels any, quite not feels it, have the spider. The spider up there. Oh.
It's a very stylish memory. It's not yours, oh.
Yeah, well, I had to evict a few spiders though, because I've not been in my room much where I technically live, a whole load of spiders inside.
Well,
They're great big
everywhere.
things. And I'm like, oh, hello, what are you doing in my room? You don't pay rent.
You don't.
Yeah.
One comes to visit every.
I did apologise.
Well, you trod on it.
No,
You don't.
no, I got a glass and we need them to get, like, I just say, I'm really sorry for that, you know, this is my room, you don't love, just do this again. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, there we go, that's pretty. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together. Marvellous, well done. Very good. Very good. And we'll just look at that bit and then we'll do another bit and then at some point, probably from September onwards, we'll be joining things up together. Well done. Thanks for coming. Good job. And see you soon. That's very sensible. All right. Bye. Bye.
Bye.